On the morning the email went out, just after 7, Mark was already tired. Not the deep kind, the thin kind that sat behind his eyes and made him blink more than usual. He stood at the kitchen sink and ran hot water over a spoon he already washed. His chipped mug warmed his palm. Outside, a delivery truck hissed, paused, and pulled away. The street went quiet. He didn't open the mail. By 9:30, the office lights were on too long. They flattened everything. The carpet smelled damp. Mark hung his jacket, sat down, rolled his shoulders once. He logged in. He answered 2 messages. He straightened a stack of papers that did not need it. He waited. At 10:04, the email appeared. It was shorter than he expected. A restructuring, a realignment of priorities. Certain roles would be eliminated. He scrolled with the pad of his thumb. There was a list. He read the names once, then again, slower. His mouth felt dry. He swallowed. Ellen's name was there. He leaned back. The chair creaked under his weight. Somewhere down the hall, someone laughed. A printer clattered and went still. Mark closed the email and rested his hands on his thighs. He told himself he had known, that the numbers had pointed this way, that it was rational. Last month, in a glass-walled meeting room, his manager had asked for a recommendation. Mark remembered the way the table felt cold through his sleeves. Ellen had been late with reports. She asked questions that slowed meetings. She had said once that the timeline felt unrealistic. Mark had nodded. He had pressed his lips together. He had said nothing. At noon, he ate alone. He peeled the lid off a yogurt and scraped the edges clean. Outside the window, people crossed the street in uneven lines. He checked his watch. He checked it again. Ellen usually came in around 1:30. At 1:32, she did not. He imagined her at her desk, reading. He imagined the small crease between her eyebrows, the way she smiled when she was nervous, the way she said his name when she needed help. Mark told himself it was not personal. He told himself he had a mortgage, a daughter, that staying quiet was not the same as choosing. Still, when his phone buzzed against the desk, his shoulders tightened. It was only a calendar alert. At 3, Ellen stood beside his desk. She did not sit. She kept one hand on the chair back, fingers curled. "I guess you saw," she said. Her voice was steady. She cleared her throat once. He nodded. His neck felt stiff. "I'm sorry," he said. The words came out flat. She looked at him for a moment, then at the floor. "You were in the meeting," she said. "Yes." "You didn't say anything." "No." She nodded once. "I figured." She thanked him for his help. She said she would be gone by Friday. She wished him luck. Then she walked away, her shoes quiet on the carpet. Mark stared at his screen until the letters blurred. He rubbed his eyes with the heels of his hands. At 6:15, he drove home with the radio off. At a red light, he tapped the steering wheel, then stopped. His reflection hovered in the windshield, pale and slightly doubled. At home, his daughter met him with a piece of paper held in both hands. A house, 3 figures holding hands. "That's you," she said. He smiled and put it on the fridge, smoothing the corner flat. After dinner, the apartment settled. The clock clicked toward 8. The living room light stayed off. The city glowed through the window. He stood in the hallway and loosened his tie. He thought about the meeting again. The brief pause before he might have spoken. How small it had been. How easy to miss. He picked up his phone and opened his email. His thumb hovered over Ellen's address. His fingers tingled slightly, as if waking up. He closed the phone. The refrigerator hummed. Somewhere outside, a siren passed and faded. Mark stayed where he was, holding the shape of a sentence he would not send. and feeling how much room it took up inside him.